New York City struggled from the start to address his past support for stop-and-frisk policing and allegations that he's faced over the years of crude and disrespectful behavior toward women. Bloomberg had obvious difficulty countering criticism that could threaten him in a Democratic Party that's counting women and African Americans among its most important constituencies. Two candidates who have shied away from direct conflict in past decades, Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts and Joseph Biden, mounted something of a tag team assault on Mr. Bloomberg, several times leaving him visibly irked and straining to respond. From the first seconds when Sanders used the initial question to attack what he called Bloomberg's outrageous policing record, it was clear the debate would be far more heated than any of the previous forums.
Do you guys follow James Woods on Twitter?
I don't.
No.
Yes, he's nuts. I get it.
He's nuts.
Way
Yeah.
over the top.
But he had a really, really funny tweet about the debate last night. Bernie can only rant about billionaires. Amy has to read the Mexican president's name. Bloomberg is a mumbling disaster. Warren is lecturing on subterfuge. And Buttigieg looks like his mom forgot to pack him graham crackers.
That's pretty good, Jimmy.
Former California Republican Congressman Dana Rohrabacher this morning confirming in a new interview that during a 3-hour meeting at the Ecuadorian embassy in August 2017, he did tell Julian Assange he would get President Trump to give him a pardon if he turned over information proving the Russians had not been the source of internal Democratic National Committee emails published by WikiLeaks. In a phone interview with Yahoo News, Rohrabacher said his goal during the meeting was to find proof for a widely debunked conspiracy theory that WikiLeaks' real source for the DNC emails was not Russian intelligence agents, as U.S. officials have concluded, but former DNC staffer Seth Rich. A lawyer for Assange in London on Wednesday cited the pardon offer from Rohrabacher during a court hearing on the U.S. government's request to extradite the WikiLeaks founder. White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham immediately denounced the claim about a pardon discussion as a complete fabrication. An employee of a Chick-fil-A in Atlanta is being lauded. This is one of those stories, Kenny, I don't know how you're going to react to this, okay?
All right. I'll remain calm.
Union Grove High School senior Chase Withers made sure he returned a misplaced envelope stuffed with $900 in cash, made sure it made it back to its rightful owner.
As he should have.
How does he know who the rightful owner was?
The teen was
there a name, an address, a phone number?
The teen was cleaning the dining room at the restaurant in McDonough, in Georgia, on Valentine's Day. When he came across the envelope, he immediately turned it into the manager and was eager to find the owner of the envelope. After inspecting the contents, the guest placed her receipt inside. Luckily, the guest used her Chick-fil-A app when she ordered.
That's how they knew, huh, John?
That's how they knew.
Oh,
that wouldn't happen to you, would it, Joe?
No, I don't have an app for Chick-fil-A.
Kenny would have picked it up. I didn't see any receipt in there.
The
I didn't see any receipt in there.
Would have quit on the spot. Just walked out the door.
The guest was grateful for Withers and his honesty. The post on the local Chick-fil-A's Facebook page received dozens of comments praising the young man for doing the right thing. Even Mom, his mother, left a comment.
John, what was she doing with that much money in an envelope? Was she off to buy meth or something?
I'm not sure.
Going to score some cocaine?
There's a fellow who leads a cash life. I can understand why somebody would have that much at some point. She was going to take it home and then
Really?
Put it in the mattress.
Should we just mug them on the way out?
When's the last time you had $900 in your envelope on you?
And you leave it laying around in a fast food.
No, that I wouldn't do.
Maybe a bank
Because
or the
I'm
post
not going
office.
to be in the fast food place.
Right.
Even for some fish sandwiches?
No, I'm not eating that bullhead.
The game was played at 5 p.m., but ABC didn't show it live and said the game was shown on tape delay at 8 p.m. Eastern. The network was showing the USA-Soviet hockey game and men's slalom in prime time, with host Jim McKay introducing the lineup and alerting viewers that the events were already completed.
You want to know how compact those Olympic grounds were? Picture an old, typical Minnesota high school.
Yep.
That'd be Lake Placid High School.
Okay.
Everything sat on a hill above the village of Lake Placid, and then beyond the village was Mirror Lake, and then further north was Lake Placid. So the speed skating rink was in front of the high school, and the field house, the hockey, was across the street from the speed skating rink. So that's where figure skating was, hockey was, speed skating was right
the
here.
Olympics into that.
Well, but then you had to take maybe a 10-minute bus ride. I can't remember how long exactly to get to the skiing and to
Wow.
sledding.
What was the attendance for the hockey game? Do you recall?
Yeah, the building holds about 10.
Wow. Because you hear that highlight, it sounds like there's 30,000 people in there. It's
10,000
so
people were making as much noise as they possibly could. Wow.
Did you cover the Olympics in Lillehammer by any chance?
I did not.
Okay.
Pat did.
Pat did, yeah.
There's a wonderful series on Netflix that stars Steve Van Zandt. He plays a mobster who goes to Lillehammer.
Really?
Because he loved watching the Olympics. And he has to be in the witness protection program, and that's where he wants to go. So it's a very good series.
What side? It's in upper or northern New York State, right? What side of the state, east or west?
Pretty much in the middle of upstate New York.
So Catskills and Norther? Further north than the Catskills? Or in the Catskills?
I think it's in the Adirondacks, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's in what Bernie Sanders would call the summer camp country. One of the great debate questions or gotchas last night was Bloomberg saying, let me see if I get this straight. We live in a socialist country, according to Bernie. He's a millionaire. He's got 3 homes. And boy, Bernie just didn't like that
I
at all.
use this one for the summer. I use this one for New York. I use this one for D.C.
He called it a summer camp.
Yeah, he did.
We have cabins and cottages out east. They're camps.
It drives me crazy.
Remember Lake Placid going for the boat ride? Not Lake Placid.
Yes, it was.
What am I
the
thinking
long,
of?
skinny lake with Miss Clark.
Otsego.
Otsego.
What town am I thinking of? Hall of Fame town.
Oh, you're thinking of
Cooperstown.
Cooperstown.
Cooperstown. We went and you saw the flags.
Yes.
These were all camps.
Yes.
Summer camps, they called them.
I would like to go back there.
There's a show on one of the do-it-yourself channels called Maine Cabin Masters, and they never use the word cabin. It's always camp. Drives me crazy.
You know what's funny?
Anyway.
I'm looking at this on the map. I didn't realize that Lake Placid is closer to Montreal than it is to Syracuse.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too now.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Right next to the High Peaks Wilderness.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we return and talk about that debate?
Wait, time out. I've been trying to get this in for 10 minutes, and you guys have been sidetracking me. On February 15th in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Ron Cook did a thing on Craig Patrick.
Yeah, he was Kirby's assistant.
Yes, and it is a fabulous article, and I just want to go right to...
Patty, get the hell out of here. We got this.
That's
so
exactly
great.
what it was. He said, Herb spoke to them about the second period and told them about the grave thing, Patrick said. He came out and said to me, Craig, they've stopped listening to me. You go talk to them. And I said, me? Now? So I went in and only got 2 words out of my mouth. Hey, guys. Everybody started jumping up and yelling, shut up, Craig. We didn't come this far for nothing. No Finns are going to beat us. We're going to win this game. He said, I didn't get another word in, so I go out in the hallway, and Herb said, how did it go? I look at him and said, we're good. It's a great article. We'll post it.
Yeah,
because
send that to me. I'll put it up
kind of
on
like the East Coast version. We always do the Minnesota
Get
stuff.
the hell out of here, Patty. We got this.
Yes.
Fantastic.
This guy wears many hats, just not indoors. Joe Soucheray.
Hail the Flashlight King. Hail you. Jay writes, since I'm a from the start GLer, member of the Royal Order of the 21sters type guy, but at the same time swing pretty far left of the general GL crowd, I thought I might weigh in on a view from that angle after the Nevada debate.
Signed, John Haidt.
No. I obviously can't speak for everyone over on this side of the aisle, especially since my leftward sway is not left enough for most people over here, but my short take view currently is. Bernie Sanders, ineffective opportunist. Go away, Bernie. Joe Biden, effective politician, but fading fast and way too vulnerable on Ukraine. Take a seat, Joe. Elizabeth Warren, hops the running board on any soundbite available, can't get a single moderate Republican vote, and would be hamstrung out of the gate if she did. Thank you for your service. There's the door. Pete Buttigieg, intelligent guy but simply unqualified at this point, and his sexual orientation somehow and regrettably still triggers too many people. Send him down to A-ball for a few more years of development. Mike Bloomberg, oligarch mercenary. Trade to the Republicans for a better draft pick, which leaves Amy Klobuchar, ding, ding, ding. How the Democrats can't see that she's the ticket is beyond me. As a moderate, non-socialist, I'm not a fan of the Green New Deal component, but I think anyone can see that her ultimate goal is usefulness rather than importance. And she could actually get a lot of votes from Republicans as close to the median as I am. All the charisma of a high school librarian, which is fantastic. She's been 4 times as effective as Sanders in 1/4 of the time. She's qualified, she's tough as nails, and smarter than anyone on the stage except maybe the unqualified Buttigieg. She'd be great at the job, and we could actually forget about the president for a few days in any given week. Who's not ready for that? If Bloomberg gave half a damn about what he says he does, he'd throw $382 million into the waking up of 18 to 29-year-olds about what a revolutionary stick-it-to-the-man vote Klobuchar would be, because they'd put a Democrat in the White House who would actually get work done instead of being a quirky, wild-haired political version of the millennials' faddish love for Betty White and Barry Manilow. Stand down, get out of the way, and pay for people to understand who Amy is. Not going to happen, though. So, as always, good luck, Jay. I think he's got a fantastic take on things.
But at the end, he just resigned himself to that it's not going to happen. That's
not going to happen.
Too bad.
Okay,
Brilliant points.
In the interest of it being my job, I watched the whole damn thing.
Attaboy.
So did you, right, John?
I watched the whole
Do you want a
thing.
bleeping medal or what?
I deserve one. It was hard work. It was hard work.
It was like taking down the Soviets.
It really was amazing behavior. For one thing, Trump really never was the focus of anything.
Yeah, that was very weird to me.
They were playing musical chairs to see who's going to be the last one standing among us 5 here.
Bernie a couple times, we got to beat Trump, but then they went back to...
I find Bernie despicable. I really do. But so many lines that came out of it talking about taxes. Bloomberg, who was just tone deaf to the world, said, hey, look, you losers, I can't do TurboTax, all right? I need accountants.
That's not a good moment.
He might as well have
for,
said, I have to, not like you losers who can do TurboTax.
Right.
Yeah.
He actually said that?
Yeah, and then because Amy must have slipped up in the name of the Mexican president.
That lady was driving me nuts.
She was, too.
That she really was going after. I felt bad for Amy.
That caused Amy to turn to Buttigieg and says, do you think I'm dumb?
Yes. Wow.
How did you like right from the get-go, right out of the gates, we're talking about horse face lesbians?
Yep.
My God.
How could Bloomberg not have been prepared for the idea that he was going into a group of feral, rabid pine martens,
right?
Weasels and mean people? He put a fork in him. He's done.
Yeah. You think so?
Oh, he's
absolutely.
done. Do you think that because as a major billionaire, he has surrounded himself with a lot of yes people,
absolutely,
and that is possibly why they didn't say, you said all this bad stuff, and would they be afraid of repercussions if he says, hey, don't point this out?
And I know we're not supposed to comment on people's looks, but I can because Bloomberg's a white male. They're white males you can say anything about.
They're fair game.
Yeah. But Biden's got that great big set of cartoon choppers, those big white choppers.
White teeth. Yeah.
And they almost fall out at any moment. Sometimes it looks like he needs a spittoon because stuff's coming up. Look out. And then there's Bloomberg with $60 trillion million, and he's apparently never been to a dentist. It just was.
He got the bad choppers?
He has no choppers. His teeth are all worn down like the old guy he is. Where Joe went and said, give me the brightest, shiniest, tallest picket fence teeth you can find.
I love when Woody Harrelson plays him on Saturday Night Live because he accentuates
the teeth.
Exactly.
But every time he spoke, he made me nervous. It was like when W used to talk.
Who, Biden?
Biden, yeah. When Biden would say something, you could just see that it didn't fire correctly to finish the sentence.
Where is he going?
Right. Where's he going with this?
To me, it was just one long Saturday Night Live skit.
Well, yeah.
It was so funny.
Who's going to play Bloomberg, by the way, on SNL?
Probably who's the guy that used to do the monkey guy? They'll probably bring him back. Catan?
Chris
Catan would be a perfect because he's short and they could deck him out.
Elizabeth Warren took the gloves off, didn't she? I'd like to talk about who we're running against, a billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. Yeah. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg. Democrats are not going to win if we have a nominee who has a history of hiding his tax returns, of harassing women, and of supporting racist policies like redlining and stop and frisk. She wasn't alone. Sanders lashed out at Bloomberg's policing policies as New York City mayor that he said targeted African-American Latinos in an outrageous way. Maybe it's outrageous by today's modern political sensibilities, but didn't it work? Didn't the death rate in New York go down by half?
Yep.
I love the way they were all eager to be called on next. Me, pick
all
me,
like,
pick me. I've got something to say.